tomatoes have peaked in. I meant tornadoes have peaked in 1977. And in this underrated Roblox game we can see an average of 17 tornadoes per hour. This game is called Tomato the Late Ultimate. I meant Tornado Alley Ultimate, made by one Billy Bob 1 aka Seuss. Today I am going to be playing this amazing, wonderful, and deadly game for entertainment to the video sharing site of TikTok, I meant YouTube. So let's play. Right off the bat I noticed a winter themed map with a Christmas tree in the middle. Then the official weather
hey bro, you got a phone call.
Came, giving us sunny weather with a potential storm in the near future. It is 24 degrees Fahrenheit, which for you non-Americans is minus 444 Celsius. I couldn't spot any tornadoes for now, which was a good sign. The weather forecast came back and they weren't alone, as they brought clouds with them. This isn't a good sign, which is a bad sign. Then they came back announcing the armadillo, I meant the time rift, which will teleport objects around the world. However, it was just a time rift, not a tornado. And for some reason I jumped off this building, resulting in me getting paralyzed. When the tornado touches down I will be unable to move anywhere, which is a bad sign of a bad sign. Thankfully Ethno24 had decided to take the right path and picked me up. However, due to a lack of medical school students, there was nobody in the next 20 kilometers capable of saving Cholera Muck, also known as me. In order to combat this,
will you shut up and let me carry you to safety?
Okay fine, I'll be quiet, Ethno24. However, as all of this was happening we missed the epic tornado touchdown. And I still am unable to process color, as everything I see is in the color of tomato, which makes it difficult to see. This was a bad sign of a bad sign of a bad sign. Also known as a bad sign.
Unfunny.
However, in the midst of all the chaos, Ethno24 stumbled upon what appears to be an underground shelter.
I have bad news. We can't open the underground shelter without a shelter key.
Bro, this is the worst thing that has ever happened in the history of Cholera Muck history.
And yes,
there are massive rifts opening up, dropping mob boat losers onto the destroyed terrain. Then a large square thing fell and almost crushed Ethno24 and Cholera Muck, which would have been very unfortunate if not for my ridiculously overpowered plot armor. But wait. It did kill Ethno24 and I was transferred to Nice Kid, who I spent 34 my video, so if anyone watching is subscribed, which should be 0.1% of you, thank you very much for supporting. Speaking of supporting, my plot armor failed to, and an object fell on me, which resulted in my losing 1/3 of my health, which is not good. However, Nice Kid was obligated, and so he never gave me up. He never gave me up, ho ho ho. Nice Kid proceeded to stand still in this spot for 20 seconds until he was no longer standing still, which means Nice Kid was moving around. The tornado was over and after the disaster that happened last round, I decided to not jump up houses and break skulls this time. I was sad to announce a potential freeze-a-nado at the Erma Masper Opa International Airport. I sure do hope no one comes to this airport, due to the fact the runway is too small for any plane to take off or land on, which would cause the planes to end up like Air France Flight 447, which I spent way too long searching on Google Earth for. I began scavenging for loot such as a bat, a fire extinguisher, a shelter key, and some food. And inside I found the best one, the shelter key. With this I have access to the underground shelter, but only if I can geolocate its location. Then the weather forecast came, blah blah blah. I think you know the drill by now. The freezer thing touched down while I was shivering away in the airport. Then the winter weather warning came, giving us a cold blast. This was not a good sign, which was a bad sign. I am sorry I promised the last time I do that. I ran out of the airport due to the tornado getting close to the airport and turning the airport into the rainbow color known as light blue.
and yes,
I still can't find the underground shelter. Then disaster struck, literally. The tornado came dangerously close and started pulling me in. Scratch that, it fully pulled me and tossed me around, similar to how a 3-year-old child would toss his toys. When it launched me, everything turned to tomato. Since the editor told me not to make any more bad sign jokes, I won't, but for a brief overview, I survived. but barely. I had to eat burgers for dear survival against the. However, do not fear, as the next round will be activating emergency protocol, page 572, how to defend against sharks. The information went from the book to the eye to the brain, which made me realize the horrifying truth. My chances of survival are 37%. This meant I will most likely not survive the Chompnado. The map wasn't too good either because the terrain was flatter than Kansas. I slowly waited for the tornado to come and accepted my fate. Started running around and trying to dodge shark. However, by doing this I seem to have forgotten tornadoes can get high wind speeds, and that is exactly what happened in this footage seen on screen here. And no, I did not survive. This game is very underrated with only 95 players as of right now. The game link shall be linked in the description and the pinned comment. This video took a month to make, and no, my uploading schedule is absolute trash and I do not plan on fixing it, which is why I want you to subscribe to this channel. Thank you, bye.